Doopanites, welcome in to the CovrPrice Weekly Top 10.
Wait,
as you can see,
what?
I know, right?
Top 10? What? It's not Thursday?
It's Thursday. No, it's not Thursday.
What are you doing to me?
I'm just messing with you. It's just, I don't know. And I got JB. This is like, I'm sorry. I'm like a kid in the candy store. I haven't seen him in so long, so it just feels very nice to have him back. And Chris is filling in, which I haven't seen Chris because he's a shaker now. But anyways, while you all are congregating, I'll just do a quick little intro and then we're going to get going because this is going to be a fun night.
I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with the shape of you.
Perfect comment. Guys, welcome in again. As you can see, my regular crew, they're both under the weather. They're both sick. Something must be going around. But we got Chris, we got JB. Chris, I'll start with you. Say what's good.
Well, I'll just say that, this is fine. Everything's fine. It's normal. It's fine.
Nothing to see
here. So there's a lot going on. Shout out to our Canadian brothers. For those of you in the chat in Canada, don't worry. A 25% tariff of this show is still free. You're good to go. But yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. How about you guys kick back, plug into the top 10 list, and let's take a break from reality because, man, this is like the 427th Monday in a row, and I need it. All right?
I agree. Let's take the night. And like I was saying earlier, it's special to me because I got JB here. JB, what's up?
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate getting the opportunity to get back in front of the camera and say hello to all the amazing people that are joining us on the live. You know, I love to pander to the live audience. Thank you guys for joining us. I looked over this list, and as always, the writers at CovrPrice have once again outdone themselves. I can't wait to get into some of the details of this list. And as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
God, I missed your voice. Oh, missed your voice. I missed your face. Okay, let's dive in. Guys, again, if you're just joining, this is the top 10. We are looking at 100% data-driven sales. So we're looking at units sold, major sales, and percentage growth in deciding which comics make the list. Every week, we have our runners-up. What do we have this week?
So for our runner-up, we have the Invincible number 61 from Image Comics in April 2009. This is the first appearance of Conquest, and it has been a hot book since the Invincible show was announced on Amazon. Thus far, Season 3 has been doing work, but we haven't seen Conquest yet. Once that epic series of moments hits the screens, more eyes will be drawn to this book. We tracked 9 copies sold with a 7-day growth trend of 7% and a high sale of $442 for a CGC 9.8 with a current raw fair market value of $115.
Ooh. Okay.
That's
I mean, like,
are you guys watching the Invincible series right now?
No, I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Yeah.
I don't like it, JB.
It might be a little too, it certainly is extreme in certain ways.
It's extreme for me, and I'm a total wimp. So I know everybody else loves it, but it's just not for me.
I think it's one of the best comic adaptations of a cartoon that's ever been done. I mean, he's been spot on.
I would absolutely agree. The faithfulness that this show has to the comics it's inspiring. I mean, a lot of comic adaptations get messed up by the studio or by directors and stuff like that, because they don't think that there's a market for true adaptations. I think Invincible might be proving that whole thought process wrong.
And this world is huge. There's still so much more if they continue to go. I mean, he built an incredible storytelling world here with Invincible, this entire platform.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
they missed your voice, JB. It's not just me.
Brett has art.
Everybody does.
Great, fantastic artist, by the way. Go check him out on Instagram.
He is really good. Yeah, I never read the full comments or the comics, so maybe that's part of my, I don't know, lack of enthusiasm here. I will say this: TiVo said to read the tea leaves, so I'm surprised this is only on the runners up and not a little bit higher up.
Well, I think the reason why it's not higher up is it's already popped. I mean, $442 for first appearance for a major character, but not the main character.
But we haven't seen him yet.
I understand, but he's coming. The story is progressing and it's following the book, and this is next.
All right, very good. Number 11, guys, almost made the top 10. We have Invincible, number 61 from Image back in 2009. 7-day growth trend of 7%, and we have fair market value of $114. JV, what do we have next?
All right, at number 10, man, I actually have this. Look at that. If you're playing along at home, make sure you comment whether you have the book or not. At number 10, we've got Spawn issue number 5, The Newsstand, originally released in October of 1992 from Image Comics, and it's been over 30 years since the release of this issue, when Shirley Johnson, a young girl, was the last victim of serial killer Billy Kincaid. Both Shirley and Billy Kincaid debuted in this issue. Now, fast forward to today, solicits for the new Spawn series are trending. The new series, No Home Here, will explore Shirley Johnson's fate. The event will look into her story after her death, trapped in a nightmare, before being guided through the presence of stranger. Now, there isn't much more info to go off of, but just the revisit to this 30-year-old character is enough to send fans to the aftermarket for her first appearance. We tracked 9 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 22%, with a high sale of $150 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $10.
Now this sounds cool. This sounds really cool.
So 1992, Newsstand was approximately 5% of the print run, and let's see. Yeah, thanks for the chart. Yeah, okay. 92. All right, let's say probably closer to 13%. 13% of the print run. And
still, about in 1992, what was a newsstand? You're talking 7-Eleven, Barnes and Noble. I mean, where are you going in 1992 to get a comic book in a newsstand?
Maybe grocery stores.
Grocery stores, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, this is hard to find in good condition. I'm not surprised that 9.8 broke 150. I've got this in the direct, but not the newsstand.
Yeah, she was such a cute little character too. So I'm excited for this.
McFarlane actually drew covers until like when? I think, what number did he stop actually drawing the covers on his Spawn? Or I know he did some collab covers in the first early issues, but then I know then he got away from it and he wasn't doing the issues, and we had some really great artists on there. Does anybody in the chat know? If you know in the rewind, you're watching this on the rewind, go ahead and comment below if you know when McFarlane stopped drawing Spawn covers when the series first started.
I feel like Gabe would know this. He's probably screaming at the screen right now.
Screaming at the screen right now. God damn you!
So Google Foo says issue 70.
Okay.
Issue 7? After he only did the first 7. Wow.
70.
Oh, 70.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, well, very good. Number 10, Spawn. We had to have a Spawn book on the list. Number 5, the Newsstand edition, 9.8 for 150, 7-day trend of 22%. And we are just cruising right along. Chris, what do we have next?
You got your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, the regular cover for Marvel just this last December. This show had an almost silent debut. There was a lot of hype around it, but not much news after the show aired on Disney+. Social media has had an influx of shared clips from the show, praising it for its storytelling and thematic elements. This new word of mouth has caused many fans to revisit the series. This prequel comic has followed in popularity, causing collectors to pick up raw and newly graded copies of the book. We tracked 15 copies sold with a 7-day growth trend of 32%, a high sale of $81 for a CGC 9.8 copy, and a current raw near mint fair market value of around $11. I really got to get this. I understand that it's still on the shelves for some local comic book stores. It's not on mine. And this is the kind of cover art that I really appreciate. I like the bright colors. I like the background, and I like the cityscape. So this is right up my alley with Spider-Man covers.
Have you been
I
watching
agree
it?
with the colors on this because I love the yellow, and the reds popping off yellow are always a good look. What do you guys think of the new cartoon? Are you watching the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man
My
cartoon?
kids, yes, my kids. It's only 10 episodes, so it's like you
Yeah.
guys could binge this in a day.
And they're
Yes,
short
thank you.
episodes, right? They're just they're
Yeah, like under 30
5
minutes.
and 8 minutes long, right? Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, I
They're for
haven't
younger attention spans. So
There it is. Rudy dropping the knowledge. Capullo started doing Spawn covers on issue 16.
All right.
oh wow,
Rudy?
so that's wow. Okay, that's really cool. Thank you, Rudy. And shout out to
You
our
know
wrench
what?
in the chat.
Yeah, he Todd stopped doing the inks, so that must be the inside is what they're talking about. Inking duties on issue 70.
No,
That's going off
Eric.
Wikipedia. Who knows if it's right or wrong? I'm just looking it up. So
But anyways, all right, yeah, you guys, both of you need to watch this. Like, just put it on. Just start with episode 1. At first, I was like a little bit hesitant because it was kind of slow, but then it slowly kind of gains your interest, and it ends very well. No spoilers in the chat because not everybody's seen it, but it ends well. And I like the animation style. Again, it kept my kids. And my kids are different ages, like 14 and 17, and they were both digging it. So, yeah,
cool.
I would say all in all, a success. Number 9, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 1. This has been on the list a couple times now this month, or this last month. Leonardo Romero, regular 9.8 for $81, 7-day trend of 32%. JB, we're back to you with number 7. Oop, number 7. There you go. 8. Number 8.
All right. At number 8, we've got Pop
We're out of order.
Kill, issue number 1, the Amanda Connor 1 in 10. This book just came out from Mad Cave Studios. Now, there was a ton of big competition for top selling comics this week. That shows how much this book had to get through to land a top spot, and well deserved. Amanda Connor illustrated an alluring and psychedelic cover for the launch of the new series. The cover is really unique and is also a retailer incentive. A 1 in 10 ratio cover is usually an easier chase than a 1 in 25 or 1 in 50. However, this book is such a hot variant that you might have a harder time tracking down a copy for less than the near mint fair market value at $25. Now, we tracked 21 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 93% with a high sale of $30 for a raw near mint copy.
Okay.
What do you think of this psychedelic cover? I like it.
I do too. I'm surprised it wasn't the Stealth Freeze cover because everybody's been talking about the Stealth Freeze. So I thought that would be the one that would make it.
Yeah, this is interesting. I haven't read it. I've heard that the story is pretty good, but I have not read it yet.
Yeah, I haven't read it either. We did an exclusive for this, but we haven't gotten them yet. So I intend on reading it. But again, I do like this. I think the colors pop. Everything's cute on this. But I've been hearing more and more about the Stealth Freeze because, like, where she's topless.
Wait a minute. Did you just sneak in that you did an exclusive for this book also?
We did. We had Trophy did ours.
Have you released any of that artwork yet? Has anyone seen it?
Yeah, we released that book I think a week or 2 ago. It sold out in under 2 minutes.
Awesome. That's
It was
awesome.
like a really quick sellout. I'm telling you, this title's just popping. I know that was really bad. Lisa said it's still available at Midtown for $18 if anybody out there is listening. And who else has missed JB's radio game show host?
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, this is interesting. What's the book I'm thinking, JB? It had Stealth Freeze. Marvel Voices. Remember the barbershop book? The cover where that's one that I'm trying to hunt down. So But well done to
Marvel
Amanda
voices.
Connor on this one. Yeah. Yeah, they're all in the barbershop.
Definitely. Well done to Amanda Connor. She's gonna be hot artist.
Yeah, it kind of has Bartell colors, if you ask me. That neon.
Yeah, I see that. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Pop Kill, Amanda Connor, 1 in 10. Raw near mint going for $30. 7-day trend of 93%. And everybody so far in the chat is saying that the story is really good. So keep up with the story. Hopefully pick up number 2 if you have the time. And keep with that. I think this is a 4-part miniseries, so you only have to invest in 4. All right, what do we have for number 7?
For number 7, we got Geiger number 10, the Gary Frank cover, second print by Image, was just released last week, I believe. Geiger has been a surprise hit since its debut. More so, the first cameo appearance of the Glowing Woman. The first print run of this issue had several amazing covers, but none of which featured the character front and center. Fans love a good key issue, but add on a great cover, and now we have a book that everyone's chasing. This second print has become a hot item on the aftermarket thanks to the feature cover of the new character, Glowing Woman. We tracked 14 copies sold with a 7-day growth trend of 31% and a high sale of $20 for a raw near mint copy and a current near mint fair market value of around $16.
Yeah, cool to see this one back. Awesome series.
I don't know if I like the name Glowing Woman. That's kind of
his name was the Glowing Man. He kind of plays off of that.
Well, I don't like the title Glowing Man either.
So both of them are like, nope, pass.
Yeah. Then you're gonna have it's gonna go like full Silver Age Superman. You're gonna have the glowing dog, the glowing cat, the glowing horse. Just you got a whole group of people that cannot hide effectively in the dark, and to me that's not right.
It's post-apocalyptic. Everybody's glowing, right?
Everybody glows.
At this point in time, everybody's glowing. Yeah, this was on the list last week too. I think it fell a couple of spots, but still holding strong at number 7. Geiger number 10, the Gary Frank second printing with a raw near mint at $20. 7-day trend of 31%. JB?
All right. Really? Wow. What do you know? What do you know about that? At number 6, Whatnot Marvel Trading Pack 2025, the Red Hulk variant, individually sealed pack of 3 comics. Whew, man, what a title. It has been a while since Whatnot Blind Pack has made it to the top list. Marvel and Whatnot announced these sealed trading packs the week before they debuted. These packs were only sold through Whatnot. So if fans did not have the app, they have the chance now to chase them down in the aftermarket. Now, the books included are Hulk issue number 1. Well, these are reprints of these. Hulk issue number 1, Hulk issue number 22, Captain America issue number 25, Captain America Sam Wilson issue number 6, and Captain America Sam Wilson issue number 3. Each with 5 variants that vary in rarity. Now, the growing trend of comic blind bags seems to have a ton of traction as prices for these have been soaring on the aftermarket. We tracked 14 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 100% with a high sale of $150 for a raw near mint copy, and the current raw near mint fair market value is $121. So now I'm assuming they're talking about for the pack of 3, because I actually did sell these on my Whatnot, and they weren't going for that much. Of the packs that I sold, only 2 of them, the buyer requested them to be sent to them sealed. Yeah. Everyone else asked for them to be ripped. And it's a hell of a lot of fun. I'll tell you what, it's nerve-wracking as hell being the seller, trying not to damage any of the books in any way. But it is so cool when they hit something. We had 3 gold foils, which are 1 in 300.
Oh,
we had
nice.
1 prism foil, which was a 1 in 400. And we had 1 silver foil, which was a 1 in 600. And then the rest are trade dresses and virgins, which are limited to 1,200 and 1,300.
There's also like signature remarks, right, which are limited.
Correct. There are 5 signed gold foils, and then there are, I don't know where the sketches are. I think there's 5 sketches that that are one of a kind.
So I know that there are collectors that don't like these sealed packs coming from multiple hobbies with blind bags and trading cards and stuff like that. This is kind of a natural feel to me. I get it. There's something about the chase. There's a dopamine hit when you open up these packs.
There is a dopamine hit.
And if you don't like it, don't buy it. Nobody's forcing you to. These aren't exclusive stories. They're reprints of books that are already out there. And
yeah, but at least they did reprints of minor keys. So Hulk 1 is that first cover appearance of Red Hulk. Sam Wilson 3 is the first appearance of Joaquin Torres. Hulk 22 is the first time Thaddeus Ross is revealed as the Red Hulk. The Sam Wilson 5 is first Joaquin Torres as Falcon. And then, Captain America 25 is first Sam Wilson as Captain America. So it's reprinting. It's reprinting keys. They're giving you all the glossy. I'll be honest with you. I know that the gold was supposedly the one to get because it's 1 in 300. The prism looked way cooler than the gold ones did, man. Yeah. The prisms were super cool.
I wasn't lucky enough to win any of these, but I did see a few open. The prism looks awesome. And
wait, do you have it?
What do you have it with you? I shipped them already, but I want to see it. I have a pack that I'm about to send to Chris over here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to opening it. But I mean, these are like facsimiles, right? They're just shiny reprints.
Yeah, they're just reprints.
If you don't like them, don't buy them. If you like them, buy them. I mean, it's not that nobody's.
You know what I liken it to? It's like when someone's opening the baseball cards and they get the the jersey card. You're opening some Star Wars cards and you get the special, the special one. Yeah. You're always looking for that manufactured rarity, and it is a dopamine rush opening these things. It really is.
Unlike scratchers, right? Because you buy $100 worth of scratchers. What do you have afterwards? Is a pile of not winning scratchers. Maybe you get 1 or 2 tickets for free. But this, you got the cool comics and they look cool, and so. They're display pieces. There is a utility that goes with this that you can only get from these packs. So I'm okay with it. Should the entire industry model this? No. Is it okay for there to be certain fringe collectibles for people to buy because they enjoy this kind of thing? Yeah, why not?
I agree with you.
Okay, well, there you guys have it. I'm going to leave my opinion out of this one, but there you go. Number 6.
You just don't want Gabe to yell at you. That's all it is.
If this is a talking point, I believe this is a huge talking point for the community right now after this last weekend. If you have, I'd love to get the opinion of the community in the comments below. If you think that the Marvel doing basically manufactured rarity, because that's what it is, they're making up bullshit rarity by doing 400 of a cover or 300 of a cover, but putting it in the rip pack like this so you don't know what you're getting is so fun. It really is.
It's not anything new. It's not anything new. I mean, there have been versions of this in comics before. I don't know why people are so up in arms about it. I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it definitely brings out a lot of debate in the community. I will say that. So everybody has to kind of form their opinion. And like Chris says, your money shows your support, whether you have it or whether you don't. So number 6, what not Marvel trading pack from 2025, Red Hulk variant, individual sealed pack, 3 comics, raw near mint, $150, 7-day trend of 100%. All right. It's been a second since we talked about Mark Spears. So let's go back to that.
Oh man. Spears, awesome. You don't know how much I've missed doing top 10 with you guys because we don't get any Mark Spears over on the Shaker list. We don't get these badass paint covers like you see here in this Mark Spears number 1, the Comic Mint Corner KRS Comics Sad Lemon. That's a multi-store exclusive if you're not playing along at home. This is the 4th printing version, limited to 450 copies, and it is by King Spot Entertainment. It came out this week. Mark Spears is a well-known name in the comic book world lately. His flagship sales have generated tons of hype, and his first issue is getting another limited edition print. This one is a 4th print Virgin variant. This cross-store exclusive is going to be limited to 450 copies. That puts it at about 100 copies per store, with a few extra in case some are damaged. The artwork in the Spears signature style is garnering so much attention that the book is already trending. The book doesn't even release until the end of the month, but the aftermarket is booming with pre-sales. 14 copies sold in the last 7 days, which is a 100% growth trend, with a high sale of $185 for a hopefully CGC 9.8. Raws go for about $86. This is pretty cool. I mean, I really like to look at this. I dig it. Yeah, skin and bones in a suit. Good
This
stuff.
one's a home run, man. This is
cool.
fantastic.
It's so cool. That's the only way to put it. It's just cool.
It is so cool.
Yeah,
It's like huge.
and you know he's cool because he's smoking.
He's smoking.
And he stole JB's hat, so there you go. It was a winner.
There you
No,
go.
it's great to see Spears doing this well. We'll see later in the show that he's just been dominating across multiple titles, and it's unlike anything I've ever seen. It's not just a trend or a fad. It's been established that he is now one of the modern artists that people want to collect. So well done, and
Oh, yeah.
this is cool. Before we move on, Chris, do you have anything you want to say since we're halfway?
You know, we're at the halfway point, and if you guys want to be part of the main event, you can do that by secretly allying with The Rock and turning on Cody Rhodes. Spoiler. John Cena, we can see you. And you can see John Cena too by clicking that bell icon and leaving a comment down below saying which show is the best show in comics. It's CovrPrice. Get on that comic section.
I got nothing. There you go. Thumbs up.
You
Why
can't
not?
stop that.
You really can't.
So,
See, he has your hat. Okay, what do we got for number 6? Nope, sorry, 4. My numbers are messing me up today. I don't know what's
All
going
right.
on.
If anybody ever thought you were going to see X-Force 116 from 2001 on a top 10 list, you were lying. Lying. At number 4, X-Force Volume 1, number 116 from May of 2001. In case you haven't heard, a ton of Avengers Doomsday artwork was leaked online this past week. A lot of the concept art confirms rumors and also brings up new questions. One of those questions relates directly to this book. In one of the concept art images, we see the young Avengers sitting around a table being joined by Star-Lord and Wong. It's not clear where they are, but the group includes Kate Bishop, Cassandra Lang, Wiccan and Speed, and Miss Marvel. The surprising character included is floating in the background. Doop. Why is Doop there? Is this a tease for the introduction of the X-Men? What's going on? Given that it is very early in production, this concept art might just be that, concepts. Still, if Doop is to feature in the film, picking up a copy of his first appearance isn't a bad idea. We tracked 22 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 141% with a high sale of $106 for a CGC 9.8 copy. Who the hell ever graded this thing? And a current raw near mint fair market value of $22.
Oh my God, this is dollar bin stuff, guys. It's
Who
crazy.
graded this? Come on.
I don't know.
This is the same artist who does Madman, right?
Is that what it is?
I'm not sure. I'm not positive.
Okay. I mean, Madman is the superhero with a yo-yo, so I mean, I know who Madman is. But I always thought that this like 30 issues of X-Force or whatever it was, maybe it was only a dozen, but it featured the artist, and I believe, and it's like that style, right? The vaulting over the guy's head and stuff like that. It's kind of a weird cover, definitely, but
I can't even say what this is reminding me of right now. Anybody watch Saturday Night Live back in the day when there was a cartoon called the ambiguously gay duo. That's what that guy looks like.
You mean Saturday Night Live?
Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
You remember that cartoon? That's what this guy looks like.
It hasn't aged well. But so yeah, so this is I want to say, I'm gonna get it wrong.
Shane Bauer agrees with me.
Yep, they're seeing it. Chris is
They're seeing it now.
They're so hard. Trying it so hard to change the topic. Doop. So this is the introduction for Doop, right? And Doop's apparently going to be in the movie. Okay, cool.
I have no idea what you guys are all talking about, but the chat seems to agree with you. But I guess that was just, I don't really watch SNL. But anyway, this is cool to see this. Like, it's fun when you have a dollar bin book. Like, I'm pretty sure I have a stack of these in the garage. So
right.
I'm going to go dig them all out, because you always just go, oh, X-Force, and you move on to the next thing. So yeah, this is neat. X-Force 116 hitting number 4 with a 9.8 coming in at $250 and a 7-day trend of a whopping 141%. Okay, what do we have for number 3? Back to Invincible. Whose turn is it?
He's muted.
I read, didn't I? Didn't I read? No, you read. I'm sorry. We got Invincible number 59. You know what? It wouldn't be a top 10 show without somebody getting out of order. I'm filling in for Mark. There's no way. This is Invincible number 59 from Image Comics in 2009. And there's no way to talk about this book without spoiling the latest episode of Invincible. So if you don't want to be spoiled, I want you to mute your audio, and Laura will turn off the camera. She'll turn off the cover, and I'll wave at the camera to tell you that it's okay to turn your audio back on. Okay, so here's your warning: 3, 2, 1. All right, Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad lends his voice to another tragic character. This episode and this comic debut features the character Powerplex, aka Scott. Scott starts off as a normal scientist, but after a few tragedies begins the path towards the tragic villain. The villain made the impression with the viewers and the comic collectors, is sent many to the aftermarkets to track down Powerplex's first appearance shortly after the character's on-screen debut. We tracked 17 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 53% and a high sale of $250 with a CGC 9.8 copy and a current raw fair market value of about $6. Okay.
We're good. We're good.
Come back. You can come back. Okay. This was an incredible episode. I won't talk about the episode, but I will say it was absolutely incredible. I was fully engaged this entire episode, especially all of the amount of times that they use the Invincible splash screen. And that's all I'm going to say. Anything else is going to be a spoiler. This should be a hot book because this is a badass character.
JB.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, don't say too much.
I agree. I'm reading the comments. By the way, if you ever watch this show on the rewind, make sure you give it enough time to where you can see the live comments. We've got some of the best. We got some of the best in the live chat. And you got to read the comments to really enjoy the show.
It's true. Kind of like it's like a little side note, cliff notes, everything we put up. I think I'm gonna have to watch this dang show. I think I'm just gonna have to do it. I'm going to pull the trigger and just do it.
Yeah, I mean, you should do it. It's a good show. It's really good, and it's not all violence. There's
pure violence.
There's emotional drama. There's good story. There's character development. I mean, it's been going for 3 seasons, so there's plenty of material now, and it's more than just good guy, bad guy, beat 'em up gore. It's a very well thought out story, and it's one of my favorite watches right now, along with Severance and Reacher. So those are my 3 must watches every week. That's not pro wrestling: Severance, Reacher, and Invincible.
I got to get on Reacher, and Reacher has been fantastic. I haven't gotten into this season yet.
haven't been watching anything. I just don't have the time lately. I have been reading more though, so that's good. Number 3, Invincible, number 59. Top sale, 9.8, $250, 7-day trend of 53%. Let's go back to some Mark Spears, shall we?
Oh man, that's another good one. Look at this. Look at the cover. This is fantastic. At number 2, we've got Space Ghost Johnny Quest Space Quest issue number 1, the Mark Spears Ash Can. Now, Mark Spears has quickly become a top cover artist pick for collectors. His artwork began to gain notoriety when he launched the comic book Mark Spears Monsters. That series has been a huge draw to fans of the horror genre and collectors of nostalgic cover art. His art style brought about a unique distinction that fans love. These retailer ash cans gained tons of traction this past week as fans prepare for the first issue release of the same cover later this month. We tracked 27 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 105% with a high sale of $32 for a raw near mint copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $27.
Wait, what do you mean? So they're putting this exact same cover is going to be coming out, but just
Exact
this is the
same
ash.
cover without the ash can edition on it will be coming out at the end of the month.
Oh, well, that's kind of cool. So you can still snag this up for a little bit less.
Still snag it up, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I remember when it first came out, when this series was first announced, I should say, there was a lot of excitement around it. But we've decided with Mark Spears, he has the signature blue, which I don't know what you would call it, just really pretty blue. And I like how he's always kind of like, not always, but a lot of the times you can tell his compositions are always angled up. They're like a forward, drop the camera down, look up. You see it a lot with his covers, and I think it's good.
I've been staring at this cover to figure out why it feels unsettling to me. And I thought it was, the old guy Space Ghost looming over 2 young boys because that's
It's the dog.
It is the dog. It's the dog. I like Mark Spears' art. I really dig his style. For some reason, the dog is just really throwing me off. Yeah,
it's definitely where your eye's drawn. I don't even look at the rest of them.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're the rule of thirds. Bottom right is where the eye is always naturally drawn. That dog's got something going on. It's just weird. but also weird space guy looming over 2 young kids is also kind of weird.
And Johnny can hold his own. He's fine. He's all good, right? Number 2, Space Ghost Johnny Quest, Space Quest number 1, Mark Spears, the Ash Can. But if you can't snag this up, like the read was saying, you can get it later this month, just the regular cover. Top raw near mint, $32, and a 7-day trend of 105%. Last but not least, there's over 60 of you, which is really surprising because I thought for sure you would all be watching Daredevil. So thank you guys for spending your Tuesday here with us this week. But last but not least, what do we have for number 1?
Number 1, we have Red Hulk number 1, the Joshua Cassara PX previews limited to 3,000 by Marvel Comics. Just came back out last month. Red Hulk and Doctor Doom have been the top trending characters these past couple of months. The MCU has really ramped up the hype for both characters, even after the debut of Captain America: Brave New World, which was not as bad as people say it was. Red Hulk is still trending as fans want to see more of him in the MCU. The announcement of Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom hyped up the character for his future appearance in the Avengers Doomsday. So, what happens when you combine Doctor Doom and the Red Hulk, 2 beloved characters, and you feature them on a limited to 3,000 print copy? Well, it has become one of the top trending books of the week. The top trending books of the week. Everyone wants to get their hands on this badass artwork. Note, the Red Hulk in this issue is not Thaddeus Ross. It is the second Red Hulk, Robert Maverick. 76 copies sold with a 7-day growth trend of 8%, with a high sale of $173 for a CGC 9.8 and a near mint raw for around $69. So you're looking at 73 copies sold over a 7-day trend on just probably eBay That's a solid 2 to 3% of all copies. That's pretty impressive.
That's a lot. Yeah, that is impressive. I like covers like this, especially one. I love reflection covers. I don't know if anyone collects reflection covers. I'm big on reflection covers, and I'm also big on the just the face taking up the entire cover, because I feel like sometimes when I get sketch covers, you end up with some of these where they just have the face take up the whole cover.
What was the one that we did? I think you were around for this, JB. The Doom, was it Adi Granov was the full face?
Yes. And
Yeah.
then when we were talking about the trade dress of the Virgin, and the trade dress was actually, I think, outselling the Virgin.
That's right. That was a while ago, but it's so reminiscent of that cover. That's all I think of when I see this, kind of the same composition, that same strength and boldness behind the artwork. So
this one's
very
cool though. Having Hulk in there, and you can see his eyes glowing above the eyes and his teeth above the. Yeah, that's really cool.
Full disclosure, or on my part here, we had covered this last week on the Comic Book Women Runners Up show. We were doing predictions about where this book might land this week. And at first I didn't see the reflection at all. I was like, what are you talking about? Where's the reflection? It took me a second to kind of see the mouth and everything.
You got to cross your eyes and like tilt your head a little bit.
Yeah.
You'll see the boat if you stare at it long enough.
I was always terrible. Remember those paintings where it was like a bunch of crap and you had to like look for the shape? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I was terrible at those. I never saw
making
anything.
a Mallrats joke right now. It's,
I would just stare and feel bad, and so I'd eventually be like, "Oh yeah, I see it," even though I didn't.
Yeah, there are a couple tricks that you can do to see it, but most of the time it just gives you a headache because it's so hard to look at.
Wait, you're supposed to cross your eyes for those? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah. So imagine that you have two dots, and if you cross your eyes to make it one dot, then you'll see the image a lot more clear.
I'm like cross-eyed on the camera now. I'll have to try it. Nobody ever gave me any hints.
Yeah, it's so you didn't like the Brave New World, huh?
Before I answer that, yes, that happened a lot from what I was hearing, that a lot of LCSs were shorted on their orders. So even if you put in a pre-order or whatever, there's a pretty big possibility you're not going to get it. So sucks, but I've heard that too.
Now, aren't comics printed in Canada? I know, I'm not joking. I think they're physically printed in Canada. I think comics are coming from Canada, aren't they?
I don't know.
No. I don't know.
I don't know who Lunar uses. I should know
the printers up there.
Yeah, they said they are
in Canada.
I know that there's a lot of
interesting.
There's a lot of Magic cards that are printed in Canada, but the tariffs are specific to certain things.
Yeah.
And I don't think that
better not be putting tariffs on my comic books, man.
Yeah, right.
I don't think
we're gonna have problems
are affected. I don't think printed. It's mostly technology and like raw minerals like aluminum and stuff like that. That's primarily what the tariffs are for. I haven't looked at the executive order yet, even though that's kind of my job to look at those things. I haven't looked at this one yet, so I can tell you on Thursday if it applies after I do my. I'm not a lawyer, but I go through it scrub. Yeah.
Okay, to answer your previous question, Brave New World. It was Anthony came in here again and kind of schooled me on this because I was like, I didn't like it, blah, blah. And he's like, Laura, you have to go to all these movies because you're supporting them making the next movie that you might really, really like. So he's like, change your mindset on it. Like, don't go into these things. Like, it has to like be so freaking entertaining that I'm blown away. It could just be enjoyable, but it supports the next project. And I liked that mentality better because at first I was just giving it so much crap. I was like, this was so boring, blah, blah, blah. But now I'm trying to like be more positive about it.
I have not seen it. No. Oh, I'm waiting for it. I am not. No. The girls had no interest in it. They just didn't want it. So, and I can't go to the movies, by myself. I gotta pick something the kids actually want to see. So
my daughter just walked in. The 17-year-old, she fell asleep during it.
Yeah, thank
Captain America: Brave New World. She went, ugh.
That 5 seconds, Sebastian.
Yeah, don't say anything. Don't say anything. We can't do any spoilers.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that
She
bad.
literally did. She took her jacket and she was like asleep. I'm like, Ellie.
Yeah, I don't believe
I'm like, I just paid $20 for you to get in here. Now wake up.
You gotta go
Like,
see
this
it.
is expensive.
I don't know why you're spending $20. You did that to yourself.
Yeah, but we got the seats that recline, and I had wine and candy and popcorn, and we go all out when we go to the movies. It's a thing.
That's how to do it.
All right, that's it for us tonight, guys. Right after this, like in 2 minutes, I'll be hopping on with Comic Book Women to talk about the runners up. So if you did on this list, we'll be covering 12 through 20 over there. So make sure you join. But before we go, round table goodbyes. Chris, again, we'll start with you.
Looking it up very quickly, I'm afraid I got some bad news. It looks like the 25% tariffs are going to affect comics.
No.
And that's obviously going to be passed on to the consumer. So it's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. It's okay. It's fine. It's not fine. But it's temporary, and I think that it won't last for very long. You're probably looking at an increase of about 45 to 50 cents per book. They'll probably round it up to a solid $1. So just keep that in mind.
Support your LCSs. We have enough
Support your
challenges.
LCS. Your LCS needs you to buy from them in order to continue to be there to sell you comics. So support your LCS. And on a much happier note, thank you so much for letting me hang out with you today, Laura. JB, always you come in with the clutch save. Whenever I text you and I say, hey, you want to read today with like no notice at all, you're like, yeah, let's do it. So, big appreciations there. I definitely help you. And Laura, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
No, I appreciate you being here. It's good to see your faces. So thank you. He'll be back on Thursday, guys, for the Shaker Show. And then JB.
Thanks for having me on. I always need a break from 8th grade math, as I am homeschooling my oldest right now. And if you didn't know, you can plot a line with a y-intercept and a slope. That's all you need. You have those two things and you can plot a line anyway. Thanks for having me. I do appreciate it. And as always, don't forget, we had a good time. Peace.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Have a good night.
For the entire crew, this is TiVo saying keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.